I was never the one to throw salt over my shoulder or worry about breaking a mirror. I was the kind of guy that would reduce my friends for believing in black casts and Bloody Mary. So when my friend and roommate Mark got a magic 8 ball, I was hypercritical. I couldn't believe that a grown man would buy a 4-year-old's toy that everyone knows was bullshit. I told him to get rid of it, but he said that it saved his life as a kid more than once, so it stayed. After a week or so of it just sitting there on a shelf, I thought, "Hey, what the hell?" Picked it up and asked a simple. After a week of so sitting there on my shelf, I thought, "What the hell?" I picked it up and asked a simple yes or no question. Will I make $100 will I make $100 today? I replied, yes. I laughed my ass off. So I went to work as always and hyped on my keyboard as always. When I came home from work and found a letter addressed to me, it was from my brother Lola. He was dead. My brother was lazy and never really admitted but to anything, but I loved him nothing less. Enclosed was $1,000 bill and a note saying he left everything he owed me. He left everything he owned to me, and that the bill was all he had made their entire life. I couldn't help but cry. My brother was my best friend growing up, and I was sad. We had lost touch. After a few days, I realized the 8 ball was right. This freaked me out a lot. I thought to ask it another question. Are you magic? The reply. You may reply on it. This again freaked me out, so I asked again. Am I magic? This time the reply was something that I had never seen on an 8 ball before. It said, you are not. As soon as I saw that, I dropped the thing on the ground. What the hell? I that couldn't be a cornered question for every question. I thought aloud. This is crazy. I picked up the ball and went to get Mark. I handed him this ball, and told him what happened and to ask a question. He asked, "Am I going to go get a drink?" It said, "No." It said, "No." Mark immediately got a drink and of soda. There, you happy? He asked. I felt like I was going crazy. Mark put the ball back on the shelf, and there it sat for a week. I couldn't get that 8 ball out of my head. All I could think about was that damn thing. I couldn't take it. I picked it up and asked, "Am I going insane?" The ball answered, particularly has he asked again. I picked the thing up and shook it as hard as I could to ask aloud. "Am I going crazy?" It said. "If you are sane, I'd hate to see insane." What the hell said? What the hell are you? I yelled as I threw the ball to the ground. There was there on the triangle dice in its little window were the words "a magic monster." This I couldn't take. I asked Mark where he got that damn ball, but all he had to say was he found it on his walk home from work. Look, man, your brother just died and you're upset. Maybe you should take a day off tomorrow and stay home, he said, trying to calm me down. Down. Hell no, I don't want to stay here with that thing, I said in a fury. Get rid of that thing. No, there's nothing wrong with the 8-ball, he said, trying to get me to sit down. Sat down. Get your hands off me. If you won't get rid of that thing, I will. I said as I took the ball and walked out of the door. I took it to the bridge, a good 3 miles away, nowhere near where I worked, or even on the way. I should have smashed it and threw it in the river. I walked home and Mark yelled at me for seeing that was rash and just plain stupid. I just sat there crouched, ignoring him. He wouldn't leave me alone. Damn it, Mark! Damn it, Mark! You were the one who brought it in here, I said as I stood up. That's the point. It wasn't yours. It wasn't yours to get rid of, he said, getting in my face. You know what? I'm gonna get a 6-pack and let you cool off. Cool off. If you're good when I get back, I'll let you have some. And with that I left when I got to the bar, and there it was. That damn 8-ball had somehow got to the bar. I looked at it immediately, asked who had brought it here. Well, guy came up looking like he had been in the ward a while. Set it down, then just left. Didn't even buy anything. The bartender said he was the guy came in looking like he had been on the road a while. Guy came in looking like he had been on the road a while. Set it down. Then just left. Didn't even buy anything. The partner said as he cleaned a glass. I took it back with me into the car. I regret doing so, but I asked it a question. What question? What do you want with me? Its reply was, your mind. I took it and I threw it out the window as I sped off in the parking lot. I got home, gave Mark the 6-pack and went to bed. The next day at work, I noticed a large group of people around Harry's office. I came over to see what was going on, and there it was. Harry had found that damned ball on the side of the road. I could tell it. This was the same because I grabbed it out of his hands and asked it a question. What the hell are you? It replied. I told you. I asked if anyone had anything I could smash the cursed thing, but they all screamed at me for taking it and wanting to break it. I took the ball and ran. Screw the car. I ran. I took it back to the bridge. I found a rock and smashed it as hard as I could, but nothing happened to it. The magic monster wouldn't even dent. I picked it up and yelled at it. Why won't you break? To my surprise, it replied, I am magic. I threw it into the river, hoping never to see that cursed ball again. A month later, I thought it was gone for good, but I was sadly mistaken. I woke up, and there it was on the shelf again. The 8 ball called. I called Mark. I called Mark. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yesterday I went to the yard sale and found another 8 ball. Guy gave it to me for free. Seemed strangely happy too. To be get strange Seemed strangely happy to be getting rid of it, he said as he drank his coffee. I picked it up and asked is it the same one? But when the ball 8 replied, you'll never get rid of me. I showed it to Mark carefully, but for it is not to change. All he saw was no. No. So here I am. Every day I throw that ball away, and every day it comes back. Yes, I have asked that magic monster how to destroy it, and it simply says outlook not so good. And every time it shows a reply that is not normal for an 8 ball, and I show it to somebody, and all that they see is no. Today I asked it if it got what it wanted my mind. It replied predictably hazy. Ask again.